Now, Volvo has zoomed past other traditional car makers such as BMW and Volkswagen by announcing a date by when it will stop making cars that run on fuel alone. By 2019, all cars sold by Volvo will be either 100% electric or a hybrid of battery and fuel-powered engines. Between 2019 and 2021, the company says it'll launch 5 electric models. Well, those cars will be built in its factories in Europe and China. Volvo also plans to build another plant in the United States. The company already has hybrid models which are selling well. The XC90 accounted for more than a quarter of its 2016 sales. But the price of that model does suggest drivers will be forking out big bucks for Volvo's new cars. At close to $80,000, the XC90 is more than $16,000 dearer than its diesel version. Well, we have the aptly named Ben Lane to talk about cars with us. He's the director of Next Green Car Online Comparison Services, who joins us from Bristol in the UK. Ben Lane, I do believe you were slightly laughing when I made that joke. Okay.
No, it's a good comment.
Thank you so much. I'm sure you've never heard it before. Let's get straight into what the heck Volvo is doing. It's an expensive business making electric cars, and they have to pass on the expenses partly to the customer. So why do it?
I think the key thing going on globally within the automotive industry is obviously a switch to electric. And Volvo, they're not the first, they're not the last, but they've made a key decision at board level to go electric. And the reason is this, is that if the companies that don't invest in electric are really going to miss the opportunities in the next 100 years. We're just coming to the end of the first 100 years of the automobile revolution, started by Ford. Ford are obviously a key player now, but the automotive industry globally are looking to the next 100 years. And 2 key things are changing. One is the powertrain itself. Electric vehicles, electrification offers many more advantages to automotive companies. They're simpler to make, there's less maintenance, there are fewer moving parts. But there are other things happening in the automotive industry as well. People are not buying cars in the numbers that they used to. People are looking at other ways to access cars. It could be a lease scheme, or it could be hailing a ride using a mobile phone. And so Geely, who actually are the owners of Volvo, have taken that strategic decision really to safeguard the position in the next 100 years.
That's very interesting, Ben. So they've bitten the bullet early in order to make sure that they get that early mover advantage. Let me ask you about if the big car companies start to move ahead and do really well with electric cars, what happens to the car companies that specialize in electric cars? You know, people like Tesla.
Sorry, I didn't catch all that. What happens
to companies like Tesla as the more traditional car makers improve their technology?
I mean, Tesla are obviously the key disruptor in the industry at the moment. Only started in 2003. They're essentially global leaders in the electric vehicle, in the EV space. And actually, all the other companies have been watching Tesla with great interest, and the ones that have understood the implications of Tesla's moves have followed suit. And there are still a couple, like Ford, who you could argue have not yet understood the challenge of EVs, or the opportunities of EVs, and the danger with staying with the internal combustion engine.
Well, we'll see. Ben Lane, thank you very much for your contribution.